It never ceases to amaze me how good I feel after hot cold therapy. With the sauna, the heat opens up your blood arteries or pipes that allow your muscles to get more water, which contains nutrients and oxygen. The water is then forced through your muscles by the cold, which works as a pump to hasten the healing process. Essentially, just speeding up health and wellness. It's incredible. And anybody that is afraid of the cold, get over your fear, because I can assure you, it will change your life. I even talked my producer to jumping in, and he loves it. So now that we've covered the what and the why we're doing this, we're gonna talk a little bit about the where, Like, where are we? We're in a sauna, but where is this glorious location where we're cold plunging at? Well, we're actually at Back Channel Brewing, and I was fortunate enough to start this wonderful establishment with my wife and 3 friends, and it is the best place ever. You might be thinking, well, why the hell are we filming a wellness program at a brewery? Well, yes, we are a brewery, but we're more of an entity than anything. Even though we do produce beer, we produce a ton of NA products, and we also provide an incredible amount of experiences for all walks of life. We cover the spectrum for kids to adults and in between, and we've even hosted a wellness festival in the summertime that we're going to be bringing back called Spring Park Awakening. And this past July, we held a Sunrise Wellness Dance Festival with all kinds of amazing people in the health and wellness world, many of which will be guests on the show. But it just goes to show that our place is more than a brewery. We are an entity. We are a gathering space. And it doesn't matter if you drink alcohol or not. You should be here and experience the energy. And through this program, I hope to break down the invisible barrier that prevents people who consume alcohol to visit a brewery. Drop the word brewery altogether. Just call us Back Channel if you want to, because that's what we are. We're a gathering place for anybody. Back Channel sits on the 9th largest lake in the land of 10,000 lakes, Lake Minnetonka. We have a ton of beautiful lakes throughout our states, but I am partial to this beautiful body of water made up of 37 different bays that connect 14 different cities. We're only about 25 minutes west of downtown Minneapolis right here. It's spectacular. It's unlike any other lake that you've been to in the country. So that's more than a reason for you to get over here, check this place out, see what we've got going on, see how you can get on the wellness bandwagon while visiting Back Channel. I mentioned that some of the guests from Spring Park Awakening will be guests on my podcast show, and you're gonna see a lot of my friends, you're gonna see a lot of people that I have met along the way throughout my wellness journey, but you're also gonna meet a lot of people that I've met reading the newspaper, the Minnesota Star-Tribune. It's been one of my favorite things to do in my 20 plus years of sauna, is just sit in here when I don't have anybody to talk to, of course. Sit in here, read the newspaper, get caught up on things. And you wouldn't believe how many amazing individuals I get connected with simply by reading an article about them. There's also interesting topics that we get to cover, like this one right here, which is something that I pulled out from early October. I mentioned that Minnesota is a wellness hub, and we do have lots of great research here, and University of Minnesota is one of those fine research institutions. But right here in this article, the headline is "You Studies Genetic Solutions to Back Pain." Let me read this here. This is a quote from one of the professors. They're saying, "We're horrible at this. Sometimes treatments work for some people, but how do we know who is going to benefit from what? My own partner has back pain, and I'm an expert in back pain, and I have nothing to help him except telling him to stay active." Now that's coming from a top researcher. That'd be pretty disappointing if I was that person's partner, listening to the only advice is stay active. There's ways to stay active that are productive, and then there's ways to stay active that are going to hurt you. So what are you going to do? That's why I'm here. That's why these guests that we're going to bring on are going to provide a roadmap for you that you can jump on at your leisure. You don't have to take everything that we do to heart, but you can take what you think works for you and make the most of it. Another quote from this same article is, "No conditions have contributed to rising U.S. healthcare spending more than neck and low back pain combined." Now, this is from a 2020 analysis by the Institute for Healthcare Metrics and Evaluation in the state of Washington. So that's an article right there basically saying we're back experts and we don't know what the fuck to do. That's pretty disappointing. They're experts. But I'm also an expert, and I'm here telling you that we do have things for you. There are things that you can do. Natural things, non-invasive things, things that are not going to adjust your life for the worse, but permanently adjust your life for the better. So, as we continue to sit in the sauna, sit on the bench with guests, and learn about all different types of pain, I encourage you to start thinking about how you can take advantage of the lessons that are going to be learned here. And if you would like to speed that process up, you can pick up a copy of my book that I wrote this past year. You know, not only is this podcast really important to me, but this book is essentially my life's work, talking about all the injuries that I've had, how I overcame them, and what they meant to me, what that means to me now, and how I'm operating under the same principles from this book to allow me to thrive and sit here and talk to you. So with that said, I think it's time to put some water on the rocks here, get this thing a little steamy, and keep on with the cold plunge and hot therapy. So thank you so much for tuning in to the first episode of Get Sweaty with Leddy. I am your host, Josh Leddy. I'm sweating off. Cheers.